Hey, how's your memory? Did you remember to take your pill today? And what about the medication needs for your dog or your cat? Good news. Help is here. Our special guest today created a possum way to remember to give much needed medications to that tail wagger or purr machine of yours. Please welcome to the show the creator and founder of Took Take Pets. Please welcome Leanna Gant. Hi, Leanna.
Hi. So nice to meet you.
And if anybody is listening on the airways and you hear this, it's because Pet Safety Cat Casey is at the mic too. He must like what you have to share. I mean, no one really likes to give pills, liquids, or whatever to their pets, but it's a necessity, right, Leanna?
It is. And it's so hard to keep track of, especially when there's more than one pet parent.
And more than one pet. I have a household of 4 cats, 2 dogs. We got married 7 years ago. It's the Furry Brady Bunch. And we're lucky that most of the times they don't need medication, but there's always those times for a condition that they do need it. So I want the backstory. I mean, don't you just put a little jot down on a piece of paper? What's happening? What are some of the problems we have in trying to remember to take our own medicine and to take medicine for our pets?
I think with people, I think it's just we're busy.
Yeah.
I think what goes for our pets, it's like people are busy. You try to remember everything, so much stuff in your head. And it's the little things that fall through the cracks, especially when it's a routine thing, something that you or a pet need every day. But then also when something comes up and there's an illness, whether it is for you or your pet, that it comes out of nowhere, it changes your schedule. And again, you think, well, this is important, I'll remember. But we're bombarded with so many things that are important every day. And we get confused. And with pets, there's that extra layer. Like we said, especially if there's multiple pets or multiple caregivers, everyone wants to make sure their pet's not missing out on what the doctor said to do. So in our house, we found like when our lab Ella had an ear infection, everybody in the house was giving her ear drops.
Oh, no.
And by the 3rd day, she was running out her dog door. And we're like, why is she so afraid of this? It doesn't hurt. And like, what's going on? And then we realized we'd been doing it like twice as much as we were supposed to because everybody was trying to do it.
And you know what? That kind of canine confusion is easy to happen. You're like you say, we're busy and one person thinks the other one's doing the medicine or they didn't do it and then they got to do it. So your backstory, what kind of business have you been in and then led you to create the company? There's 2 of them, actually. It's Took Take, that's for people, and Took Take Pets, and that's for, obviously, our pets.
Yeah, I invented Took Take labels when I was in treatment for breast cancer. During my chemotherapy treatment, I had so many medications to manage the side effects. And they were all in different forms and all in different schedules. And it was super stressful for my family and I to keep track of it. And we were trying to follow the doctor's instructions. And we couldn't find a system out there that worked because everything was on a different schedule. And then I had liquids and lotions and powders, like all kinds of things.
Wow.
So
how long? So let's get into that.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of name some of the things and what forms you had to have because, it's one thing to get the horrible diagnosis of cancer, the C word, and breast cancer. And then you got to fight and you've got to fight with medicine that works. But then all of a sudden this avalanche of medication comes down your path, right?
Definitely. The side effects, like I always say I got all the side effects because I seemed like I did. But there was a prescription mouthwash for there was mouth sores, not to be too graphic, but
no, but people need to know this. This is important.
So there was a mouthwash, but I couldn't use it too much. There were different pills right after chemotherapy. There was one that was twice a day for 3 days, another one that was once a day for 4 days. And then there was things I had to take every day. And then I had medications that were as needed to manage different side effects like pain or nausea. So if I took it when I needed it, but we didn't make note of that, sometimes I'd be uncomfortable longer than I needed to be because we'd have to guess when I took it and we didn't want to do it too close. So we'd wait longer going, well, we know it must have been after 2 p.m. So let's just say 3 and go from there because we're not sure exactly what time. So it made for a lot of discomfort and confusion until we started, I started making little like tabs out of sticky notes that I could just tear off when we did stuff. So it was really easy for everybody to like know if I took something. And over the year that I was in treatment, we just sort of refined those, and that eventually became Took Take labels and Took Take pets.
I like that because, some people have that little plastic canister with what pills they put in when they travel. But when you're in a situation where you're having different kinds of forms of medication, that ain't going to work, is it?
No, and like mine also changed a lot because something would work or it wouldn't work. So they were switching them around and they were switching the dosing. And even just for the pills, if I'd had to redo the pill box every time the doctor called and changed what I was supposed to do, it would have been confusing because I would have also had to identify all the pills. And I didn't remember which ones were, what was the blue one? What was the white one? What was the, round one? So.
And in fairness too, for folks that may be caring for their elderly parents or grandparents, and they want to make sure that they're getting all their medications, it sounds like Took Take is a way to go. So tell us how it works.
So it's basically a sticker with perforated tabs on each side, and they come in 4 different dosing regimens. So we have one for things you take every day called Took Take Daily Labels, and they have like the little days of the week similar to a pill box. But the great thing is it goes right on to the medication or supplements that you're taking or using. So you could keep them in the package with all the important information, the expiration dates, everything you need. We have a up to 10-day one, which is great for antibiotics you take once or twice a day, or any medication you take for a short term. So if you have a system to remember everything, but then you get something new thrown at you, like an antibiotic, this is a way to integrate that in simply and not undo your whole system you already had. You can just track this one thing and then you're done. We have an hourly version too. That's great for like I was talking about pain medications and nausea, things that you take in hourly increments, like every 4 hours, every 6 hours, cold medicines, some allergy medicines, things like that. And the same goes for the pets. They get all of these same types of prescriptions, and you want to keep track and not give them too much or too little of what they need to feel their best.
Yeah, like your dog. You want to make sure, right?
Yes. She was very happy when we actually used them for her. So we went stop doing that. She seemed much happier.
So are you an inventor at heart, or is this your first invention? What's your business background?
This is my first invention. My background was in advertising. I was a designer and art director for many years. And yeah, my husband and I had just started a freelance design business before I was diagnosed. And, that had to come to a stop. So I didn't work for a year. Mm-hmm. And when I was done, I was like, I really feel like this will help a lot of people. And moving forward, I'd love to do something that's helping people, and whether taking care of themselves, their pets, their loved ones, their kids. I just really thought there was a chance to help people, and that excited me.
I like that. And we got to shout out to your husband, his name, because he's listening. Come on.
Yeah. Brad is my husband. He also helped design the Took Take labels. He's an amazing designer. And and he was like, yes, let's go for it. You can do this. So I'm trying.
We're talking with Leanna Gant. I love inventors. I love people that see a problem, don't whine about it, and say, I think I have an idea to fix it. My understanding, Leanna, you have created Took Take and Took Take Pets, and these are sort of a labeling system. And I love the fact that it is not high tech. It is no tech, right?
Exactly. No tech. Just stick it on, pull the tabs off.
Isn't that refreshing? No AI needed to do this, right? But exactly. Do you have any stats on just how important it is to take our medicine, but what happens? I understand there's a high percentage of people that are on meds today, right?
Yeah. Statistics that I've come across say that at least 75% of the population has at least one prescription or over-the-counter medication they take. Mm-hmm. And of those, half of them, 50% or more, depending where you look, aren't taken as directed. And that actually leads to over 100,000 deaths a year just from not taking medication as directed. Just
isn't that scary?
Thing. Yeah. And people are so busy, they just forget. That's the main reason.
And let's go to the pet world. Pets have got us through COVID. I don't know about you, but pets make me a better human. I share my home with my spouse, and we have 4 cats, 2 dogs. We call it the Furry Brady Bunch. We got them together. And I'm very lucky because they sometimes will need a medication to treat something, but not ongoing. But giving a pill, giving liquids to a dog or a cat can be a little challenging, right, Leanna?
Oh, yes. I think you know more than me. I
was going to hop in, and we teach in our Pet First Aid for You classes the yum, yuck, yum method. So everybody out there, if you got to give a pill to a dog or a cat, do it in the bathroom. It's one-on-one. There's not the other pet that might hear the pill drop and swallow it, and you're not having all these pets, swarming you. Give your pet a treat, then give them the pill, and then give them a treat. Now that's 2 out of 3. That's a pretty good survey, right? Right, Leanna?
Yes, I'm going to do that next time I need you.
And if you give liquids, you look at the side of the mouth, and this is from some veterinarians who've helped me. You look at their canine and you say, big tooth, little tooth, pocket, right there on the side. And that's where you put the syringe, not in the front of the mouth where they spit it out. And then blow in their nose and massage their throat, and you get a swallow every time. But make sure the first syringe has something they love, like bone broth with no salt or tuna water. The second syringe is the yucky medicine, and the third syringe is back to something yummy. So that's where I came up with yum, yuck, yum.
That's brilliant. I love that.
So our pets are like people. They get colds, they get infections, they recover from surgery, they need pain medicine. How is this working now with the Take Pets? Have you gotten some testimonials?
Yeah, it started with people I knew writing saying, I'd given them Take labels to try out, and they're like, well, I didn't really need them for myself. I don't take anything, but I used it for my dog, or it made me feel so much better when my pet sitter was taking care of my cat while I was gone because she needs her daily medicine.
That's a good point. Yes. Yeah.
And just so they both knew it had been done properly because she had a way to check. And yeah, especially we also have a monthly label, and people use it for the flea and tick, the monthly things that they give. And it's great because it has a spot right on the label where you can write the day of the month. Because everybody thinks, oh, I do this once a month. But if you do it, the 1st versus the 10th, that's a 10-day difference. And you should know that you did it on the 10th of the month and not the 1st before you give the next dose. So they'll be too close together. So it's an easy way to know not only if you did it that month, but to keep consistent with the day of the month they're giving them.
I really like that. I like that you're saying no tech, keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
But our pets do need the medicine, don't they?
They do. And they do so much for us. We want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to make them feel good and keep them healthy.
So how do people get their paws on this? Is it online? Is it in stores? Where are Take for the people and Take Pets for our 4-leggers?
Take People's been around a little longer, so you could get it at TookTake.com, on Amazon, at CVS and Walmart stores.
Nice.
And at a lot of independent pharmacies around town. Take Pets is new for us and requested by all of our people who were using it. They wanted a version for their pets. And you can get that at TookTakePets.com or on Amazon.
For now. But do you ever feel like, do you want to get on Shark Tank?
I totally want to get on Shark Tank. I'd love to get on Shark Tank.
I mean, that would be a big home run, right?
It would. And, we have amazing customers and fans of Take, but we, need help spreading the word. We're still super small. It's just me doing this from my house. So
I don't mind. Everybody started in a garage, in a bedroom, something like that. And I wanted to also applaud you. You are a cancer survivor. I know that's not the greatest news to get, that you have cancer, but do you have a message for anybody out there that, because, getting those mammograms are very important?
get your mammograms. If you're concerned about something and your doctor's not giving you the attention you think it needs, get a second opinion. Trust your gut. I should have pushed harder with my doctor, but it all turned out good in the end. I'm now cancer free, but yeah, get your mammograms and just, do your monthly self-check, self-breast exam, and make sure you trust your doctors.
Yeah. And how has this changed you? The breast cancer, getting through it, and coming up with this really cool idea to make sure we take our meds on time.
I think, being in treatment for a year was a long time, and it was really rough. And I think part of why I didn't go back to my design job is I really wanted to do something I felt made a difference. And through Chook Take, I really feel like I'm doing that. Even if I, had to close up shop today, which I hope I don't have to. I feel like I've helped people, and that's a good feeling, knowing that I've done something that had a positive impact out there, and it makes me feel really good. And I hope to be around for a really long time still, but it changed my path, but I think for the better, and just trying to do some good out there.
Well, you're being Pet's best friend right now, because people are busy, they're crazy harried, and I love that you keep it simple, it's effective, and our dogs and cats get the medicine they need when they need it. So I want you to take a big play bow, Leanna Gant.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone. We're speaking with Leanna Gant. She came up with this cool idea. That's why we had her on our show. It's very simple, but it's a labeling system. So no one in the house will over-medicate or forget to medicate their dogs or cats. And I do wish you the very, very best. And wink if you get on Shark Tank, then I know you're winking at me. How's that?
I will, definitely.
So again, one more time, how do people find out about it?
ChookTake.com and ChookTakePets.com are the best places to find us.
All right. Pause up to all you do, Leanna Gant.
Thank you.